Tensurax Sakai Psycho no Ansatsusha, Isekai Kizoku ni Tensai Suru by Hutao. Chapter 14 Lu Pa. Following the path that new groups of monsters were traveling, I closed in on my quarry. Using the blood of felled orcs and goblins, I disguised my scent and kept as far out of sight as possible without losing the trail. My approach was both daring and cautious. Getting caught now would have put me in the direst situation imaginable. Catching the eye of even a single monster meant dealing with an endless stream of them that would surely overwhelm me. It was a terrifying thought. After running for about 3 kilometers, I finally found it. The demon resembled an orc but possessed a few distinguishing features. It was wearing armor made from a magical beast's skin, and its body was riddled with old scars. Its white hair and long beard gave it the appearance of a grizzled veteran who'd seen many battles. Most startling was its detached jaw. Orcs and goblins were crawling from its gaping mouth. It was a grotesque sight, to say the least. That is really unpleasant to look at. Evidently, this was the method by which the demon was creating new monsters. I pulled a signal flare out of my pouch. It was a special item given to those who'd been tasked with finding the enemy army's leader. I lit the fuse. The end of the thing flew upward and exploded with red light. It quite resembled a firework that will be visible from kilometers away. Epona should be here soon. The problem was, I suppose this was bound to happen. Every orc and goblin in my vicinity was bearing down on me now. The flare alerted the hero to this location, but it also broadcasted my sight to the enemy. I could have stayed safe by launching the signal from farther away, but that would have meant a less accurate beacon. To make matters worse, I couldn't run. If this demonic, grizzled orc moved, then this all would have been for naught. I had no choice but to stay and watch it. The agile goblins closed in on me by swinging like monkeys from the branches of surrounding trees. When the first one leapt at me, I threw a knife at its forehead, piercing through it and 2 others and knocking them all out of the air. Thankfully, the surrounding forest limited the giant orc's maneuverability. That afforded me enough time for an incantation, Firestorm. The flames of my spell burned right through the orc's thick hides. I'd trapped all of the heat inside the storm by increasing the spell's precision, creating a cage to prevent any flames from escaping. 2 more orcs crumpled into smoldering piles. Unfortunately, it's like a drop in the ocean. There were still hundreds of monsters. Killing a few of them at a time wasn't going to accomplish anything. Closing my eyes, I retrieved a flash grenade and threw it at my feet. The world was bathed in white. I used that moment to run and hide. While the orcs and goblins tried to search for me, it didn't seem like they were very good at sniffing out concealed opponents. All right, I'll hide right here until the great hero arrives. I moved from one obscured spot to the next, keeping an eye on the demon all the while. My discovery seemed unlikely. Something was odd, however. The demon appeared intelligent. It should have understood that my flare had been a signal for the hero. Curiously, it didn't seem to care, though. I had to observe it carefully. The creature was definitely up to something. As I watched, I realized monsters were returning from the front lines. I looked closely and realized those orcs that had come from the forefront were carrying something. It appeared to be a big sack, and whatever was inside it was occasionally moving. On the demon's order, the monsters opened the sack, revealing a group of students who'd been paralyzed by some sort of poison. So that's what they're planning. Orcs already could increase their numbers by kidnapping females and impregnating them. The demon had used that instinct to make them collect students, to use as shields. This was how the demon intended to exploit Epona's weakness. It was a strategy built to capitalize on Epona's fear of harming her allies. Even after being discovered, the demon hadn't retreated because it wanted to face the hero. This is bad. Can I save the students before Epona gets here? If there were 1 or 2 students, I'd be able to pull it off, but 23 of them, it was impossible. Killing those orcs surrounding the hostages was simple enough, but I couldn't grab over 20 people and carry them out. A sudden explosion caught my attention. I finally found you, my enemy. I will kill you and fulfill my duty. I'll become a real hero. I'll protect the Albanian kingdom just like I promised Mireille I would. Epona had left a path of destruction in her wake. Everything around her had been mowed down. Craters burst into the earth with each of her steps. Her strength was as unbelievable as ever. The horde of orcs laughed, and the orc that looked like a war veteran, the demon, walked forward. The hero is still but a child, green and unskilled. You're not wrong, but that won't stop me from accomplishing what I've come here to do. Oh who, you are brave. I'd give you my name as a reward for making it this far, but a human wouldn't be able to comprehend it. I suppose I'll settle for a rough translation. I am General Orc, the most powerful orc of all. It seemed a fitting name for a leader of orcs and goblins. I'm Epona, the hero. Oh ho ho, Epona. I will remember it. Hell flare. Some of the orcs and goblins were burnt to ashes and finally Rimuru had arrived. Who are you? General Orc asked. I am Rimuru Tempest, sorry for interrupting. Rimuru, stay out of this is my battle, said Epona. Sorry, but that demon is mine. The professor said I can fight it if I think I'm stronger than him, said Rimuru. Wahahaha, don't make me laugh, only a hero can kill a demon, everyone knows that, said the demon. We'll see about that. Rimuru just smile. Epona, help those captives, you too luff. Haha, so you noticed me? I asked with a chuckle. Yeah sure did, you did great tracking the demon, Rimuru praised. Yeah thanks, go easy on him ahaha, I replied. Yeah sure, Epona, don't worry, I'll handle this, just made sure to rescue the captured students, said Rimuru. You sure are cocky for a human, said the demon. Oh, I'm not just an ordinary human, I am also half dragon, Rimuru said. I only introduced Rimuru as a dragonoid to make him look cool. So you're a dragonoid, known for its destructive power. Yep, so let's dance. After Rimuru said that, he released all his mana and made the clouds turn black, and after that he released his aura to knock the goblins and orcs who stand in his way. Such power, you're even stronger than the hero himself. I'll let you have the first move, said the demon. Okay, if you say so, you'll regret it later. Void God Azadat. Rimuru activated his skill and sucked the demon and said that was easy. Hey Epona, Luff, are you done yet? If not, I'll head on back, he said. Why, you just killed him with one attack, me and Epona said in unison. Huh, oh, I warned him, it's fault that he underestimated me, he replied. Well, can you help us clean up? At least it's going to be hard fighting them all at once, I said. Okay, I'll kill them, but it's your job to help the other students, he replied. Okay, I replied back. He dashes to the horde of monsters, and then soon after the monsters was trapped by a string and then they exploded. And done, so that's that. Okay, time to head back, he said. Okay, see you later I guess, I shot back at him. Epona, let's help the injured students. And with that he arrived at the school safely and we defended the school from a demon attack. XXX. Rimuru Pav. As the school came into view, I saw people running up to meet me. Okay, how should I explain this? After being questioned about what had happened for an hour, I was released. I'd made Epona out to be the one who'd done everything. And I headed straight to my family to ensure that they're safe. Welcome back, Papa. You really put on a show this time. It sounded like they both realized it was all my doing. It was the first time I've been able to let loose like that in a while, so it felt good, I said. I am so tired, I should get some sleep. Okay, good night Papa, said Shinsha. Sweet dreams my darling. XXX. Love Pav. The following morning, all the students were gathered together for an assembly, where an academy shutdown was announced. Repairs would reportedly take 2 months, and we were to wait at our respective homes until they were complete. Summer vacation was 2 months long, so this absence was counted as that break instead. I was glad they didn't have to close the academy. To my surprise, noble families weren't upset about the danger their children had been in. Instead, the academy received adulation for wiping out a demon and its army so quickly after their appearance. Fighting monsters was the duty of mages, so that did make sense. We have a 2-month break. That's quite a lot of free time, said Tart. There are several things I've wanted to do recently. This is good timing, I responded. Most urgently, I wanted to test a demon-slaying method I'd devised. I was also going to need an arsenal of killing moves. I hoped to accomplish both before returning to the academy. How about you, Rimuru? What are you going to do? I asked. Well, I don't know really, might stay here. I guess we don't have a home to stay to, so I am not so sure, he replied. How about join us, and I would love to learn more of your skills. I said. Yeah, sure, why not? It's not that it's a secret or anything, he replied. Epona walked up to us with a timid look on her face. It was clear she wanted to apologize for something, but she did seem a bit more chipper. Sorry for waiting so long to express my gratitude, thank you for stopping me. I did make a promise, said Rimuru. Please stop me again the next time I get like that. I will, even if it means killing you, Rimuru said with a smile. All right, I'm gonna go, Epona declared. Are you returning to your hometown? I asked. No, I'm going to be staying at a Royal Order base. That was likely so she could be dispatched in the event of another demon attack. I suppose that means we're not going to see each other for a while, I observed. I'll miss you, guys. Goodbye. Yeah, until next time. I watched Epona turn and leave. Okay, it's time to head home too. To be continued.